guys, so good morning, welcome back to my magical world. I am Frostbite, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. It's currently it's 8:17 in the morning, and today is May 16, 2023. So it is Tuesday. We're going to proceed reading now, guys, because um we have a lot of things to do today. So I'm just going to continue pages 49 and 50. I hope I am reading on the wrong on the right part of the book, because it's not with me right now. So I'm just using like a PDF file from Google, but I'm pretty sure you can download it also. So let us start. So moreover, the reasons the activity was enjoyed shared many more similarities than differences. Differences in some optimal experience and psychological conditions that make it possible seem to be the same world over. So as our studies have suggested, the phenomenology of enjoyment has 8 major components. When people reflect on how it feels when their experience is most positive, they mention at least one and often all of the following. First, the experience usually occurs when we confront tasks we have a chance of completing. Second, we must be able to concentrate on what we are doing. Third and fourth, the concentration is usually possible because the task undertaken has clear goals and provides immediate feedback. Fifth, one acts with a deep but effortless involvement that removes from awareness the worries and frustrations of everyday life. Sixth, enjoyable experiences allow people to exercise a sense of control over their actions. Seventh, concern for the self disappears, yet paradoxically, the sense of self emerges strong after the flow experience is over. Finally, the sense of the duration of time is altered. Hours pass by in minutes, and minutes can stretch out to seem like hours. The combination of all these elements causes a sense of deep enjoyment that is so rewarding. People feel the expending a great deal of energy is worthwhile simply to be able to feel it. We shall take a closer look at each of these elements so that we may better understand what makes activities enjoyable activities so gratifying. So with this knowledge, it is possible to achieve control of consciousness and turn even the most humdrum moments of everyday lives into events that help the self grow. So I am not going to further explain that right now because I am actually in a bad mood. So let's just continue. So we have a subtopic here, challenging activity that requires skills. Sometimes person Sometimes a person reports having an experience of extreme joy, a feeling of ecstasy for no apparent good reason. A bar of haunting music may trigger it, or a wonderful view, or even less, just a spontaneous sense of well-being. But by far, the overwhelming proportion of optimal experiences are reported to occur within sequences of activities that are goal-directed and bounded by rules. Activities that require investment of psychic energy, and that could not be done without the appropriate skills. Why this should be so will become clear as we go along. At this point, it is sufficient to note that this seems to be universally the case. So it is important to clarify at the outset that an activity need not be active in the physical sense, and the skill necessary to engage in it not be a physical skill. So for instance, one of the most frequently mentioned enjoyable activities the world over is reading. So reading is saglit lang guys, we're on to the next page. Activity because it requires the concentration of attention and has a goal, and to do it, one must know the rules of written language. So the skills involved in reading include not only literacy but also the ability to translate words into image, to emphasize the fictional characters, to recognize historical and cultural contexts, to anticipate turns of the plot, to criticize and evaluate the author's style, and so on. In this broader sense, any To manipulate symbolic information is a skill, such as the skill of the mathematician to shape quantitative relationships in his head, or the skill of the musician in combining musical notes. By the way, thank you to all the Canadian people that are with us right now. They're not actually Canadians, but they're Canadian citizens. So, yep. There you go. So, because I'm not like having. Yesterday was kind of like a shitty day. But let's continue. Another universally enjoyable activity is being with other people. Socializing might at first sight appear to be an exception to the statement that one needs to use skills to enjoy an activity, for it does not seem to gossiping or joking around with another person requires particular abilities. But of course it does, and so many shy people know if a person feels self-conscious, he or she will dread establishing informal contacts and avoid company whenever possible. So, galit lang guys. So any activity contains a bundle of opportunities for action or challenges that require appropriate skills to realize. For those who don't have the right skills, the activity is not challenging. It is simply meaningless. Setting up a chessboard gets the juices of a chess player flowing, but leaves cold anyone who does not know the rules of the game. To most people, the sheer wall of El Capitan in Yosemite, I'm not sure guys, it's a valley. It's just a huge chunk of featureless rock, but to the climber it is an arena offering an endless complex symphony of mental and physical challenges. So it's really like different look on things, the perspective on certain places, because we all have different wants and hobbies. So ganon guys, iba-iba talaga. So you gotta really find your tribe. So one simple way to find challenges is to enter a competitive situation, hence the great appeal of all games and sports that pit a person or team against another. In many ways, competition is a quick way of developing complexity. He who wrestles with us, wrote Edmund Burke, strengthens our nerves and sharpens our skill. Our antagonist is our helper. The challenges of competition can be stimulating and enjoyable, but when beating the opponent takes precedence in the mind over performing as well as possible, enjoyment tends to disappear. Competition is enjoyable only when it is a means to perfect one's skills. When it becomes an end in itself, it ceases to be fun. So, but challenges are by no means confined to competitive or to physical activities. They are necessary to provide enjoyment, even in situations where one would not expect them to be relevant. For example, here's a quote from one of the studies of a statement made by an art expert describing the enjoyment he takes in looking at a painting, something most people would regard as an immediate intuitive processes. So there you go guys. So we're done. So I hope I've read the correct sequence, because I haven't been updated. I am doing a lot of things lately. I have been into different places lately, so it's really tiring my these past few days, and I got a shitty day yesterday. So yeah, I wanted to film yesterday, but I wasn't. Anyways guys, so thank you guys for listening. Thank you for helping me make this world a better place for all of us and for the future generation. Yeah, be safe.